All right, let's get started. We are going to add the ProPresenter slides to the Sunday playlist. This is for praise and worship. So we're going to log in with our password. This will be in the notes. All right, there's oftentimes things up and running. I don't recommend closing things, just minimizing things is always better. Don't upgrade any software, just kind of minimize and make everything kind of go away, okay? So what we'll do next is, so we're going to open up ProPresenter, and that's this icon down here in the bottom. It's orange. Sometimes ProPresenter takes a little while to open, but it did not right now, which is great. So the next thing we'll do is the playlist that we work in is our Sunday 11 a.m. playlist, okay? And here we have, this is the very first playlist, and that's important when it comes to working with the playback app and making sure that it sends the right commands to the right slides. You'll also notice that there are several items in this playlist, okay? There is the Farewell on Welcome, which is the first item in the first playlist. There's a placeholder for the word welcome, which is the second. The word praise and worship is the third item. And then the fourth item is actually the first song that we will be doing praise and worship for. So it's pretty straightforward. This is the first playlist. This is the fourth item in the playlist. So we're going to clear out this playlist. This has last week's songs on it, and there's a handful of ways you can do this. You can click on the playlist item and hit the delete button on your keyboard, which is really the easiest way to do it. So we now have an mostly empty playlist. Now I cannot stress how important it is that you do not make any changes to this playlist, this word, or these placeholders. Leave them there. They are important. They'll make sure that the right slide goes in the right place. Okay, so while we're inside this playlist, we're going to click on this search icon on the top left-hand corner. Here, we're going to go through and we're going to start grabbing the titles of each of our songs. So there are several options here. The first option is the library, which looks through existing stuff. Not always helpful. Song select will actually harm you and pull oftentimes the wrong songs. So the one that we'll be using to search is this third option here on the right-hand side. It says Multitracks, and it has a blue circle with some lines in it, and it says the word Multitracks, which is very handy. So when you're looking for your songs, typically you can just use the song title. The song title for our first song here is Your Grace Is Enough by Chris Tomlin. So we'll type that one in here. Hit enter on the keyboard. Sometimes you might get this notification, click OK. It usually will not require any changes to be made, and you can just kind of push through it. Oh, and look at that. We got a great opportunity here to practice. So the credentials for Multitracks are saved in the playlist or in this list here that you've clicked this video from. So I won't share my password here, but I'll show you how to log in. This only has to happen once every month or so. It just needs to make sure that we have the right subscription. So here's where things get a little tricky. So we have two organizations. One is Fairlawn Church, and the other one is also Fairlawn Church. There's no icon. There's no way to know whether you're clicking the right one. So start with the first one. Search the song out. Hit enter. Okay, and it looks like we got lucky. So as you can see here, this album icon here matches what we see on playback, right? So this looks like an airport landing, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. So we know we have found the exact same song. Very, very important. Click on the word import, and then all you should have to do at this point is just click import down here at the bottom. It's gonna import the 4 lines per slide, which is what we use every Sunday. It's gonna import it into the right theme. It's gonna take the name. Occasionally, if you import a song that we already have, it might say, hey, this presentation name already exists, If that happens, just put a hyphen and type in multi so that we know that we have the exact perfect one for Multitracks. So we click on import, and as you can see, the item was added to our playlist, and we're going to repeat this process and finish the remainder of the slides for this week. All right, the next item that we're going to go in, we're going to grab our next song by clicking the search on the top left-hand corner. We're going to type in the name of the song, Oh Mighty Ones. Hit enter. The song is here. Click import again. The songs will, if you're adding them in the correct sequence, you don't need to mess with anything. If you decide to change the sequence of the songs, you can drag them and put them in position, but ideally you've already chosen the order before doing this. The next song is I Speak Jesus by Charity Gale, which is here. Click on import. Now it says right here that a presentation with item name already exists in the library. So what we're going to do is, basically someone has added this before, but we want to make sure that we have our Multitracks version. So you put a hyphen here and type in M-U-L-T-I, just so that you know that it's the Multitracks version. Okay? And the last one is called The Worship Medley by Torrin Wells. Enter. Oh, got to spell medley correct for it to work. And we have The Worship Medley by Torrin Wells. Okay, we'll click here, and then we'll click on import. This is a long one, so we've never done this one before, so we'll click on import. So now here on the left-hand side, when you're looking at the playlist, you can see that Your Grace is Enough is the 4th item, Oh Mighty Ones is the 5th item, I Speak Jesus is 6th, and The Worship Medley is 7th. If the pastor wants to add slides for their message, they'll be in here added at the bottom. Make sure that the pastor's message is added here at the bottom. Don't change the sequence of these because your praise and worship experience will be dramatically altered. The last thing we'll do is we'll kind of pick we have a good variety of media, and we also have lighting cues here on the right-hand side. We're going to go ahead and add those in as well. So we're going to click media. It'll kind of bring this little tray up here from the bottom, and you can scroll through here. There's lots of different colors, lots of options. So we'll start with Your Grace is Enough. Typically the first songs I try and start with like brighter, more exciting colors, and then move to blues and greens towards the end. But ultimately it's up to you. So for this song, we're just going to grab these purple clouds, and you drag and drop them right on top of the intro slide, or if there's no intro slide, whatever the first slide is. All right. And if you accidentally put it in the wrong place, you can right click this and choose remove action. Okay, but we don't need to do that. So you can see here that when this song first starts playing, here on the right-hand side, we'll have these purple clouds with these little sparkles. And then we can choose the lights that go along with that as well by dragging lights on top of it as well. So we're going to take purple lights and drag it on top. So you can see, it's hard to see, but there's a little icon letting you know that purple lights have been added. Now we'll do Oh Mighty Ones. Okay, so for Oh Mighty Ones, we'll pick something a little different. Maybe we'll do this this teal color, or maybe we'll do this orange color. Let's try the orange one. So we'll grab the orange color, and again, you can I have a tendency of just choosing similar colors that complement one another, but if you want to change it up, you're welcome to do that as well. I Speak Jesus is the next song. We'll take this one and maybe do something maybe green with it. We'll take I Speak Jesus. We'll grab a green lighting cue and drop it on top as well. And the last song, you can just keep scrolling through until you find it, is The Worship Medley. And the Worship Medley, we'll take this one and let's do something maybe blue with this one. So grab this blue colored background. Oh, it actually came in green, which is not what we're looking for. So we're going to right click and undo that and remove that action. So I may have accidentally clicked the wrong one. We'll try this one, see if it comes in and do it properly. There's blue, and we're going to grab, we can grab teal if we wanted to, or we can grab shades of blue, which this is just blue, but it's just a variety of blue colors, which is pretty nice. So just like that, all of your lighting cues are set up, all of your background cues are set up, and you just have to make sure that playback is triggering the right items.